Coming up today on This Is True Really News, episode 900.
Now, and no elk sex, I promise.
And I know I told you last week that we'd have episode 900, but I was wrong. I counted wrong. It's episode 900 on this episode.
Math is definitely not our strong point.
I am heavily.
This is the 58th episode
of episode 900.
Yes.
So, and coming up on the show today, something from Jessica Thompson.
Oh.
So that'll be fun. If you like this kind of crap, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. If you want to leave a comment, leave it anywhere you find us. It'll find us, trust me. And if you want to leave something longer or really give us a hard time, in a sort of longish manuscript type, TITR@netradio.network.
And don't tell your therapist that you like this kind of stuff because that will not help.
Nope. But it might get them to watch, so go ahead and tell your therapist.
Oh, God. Can you imagine the emails we're going to get now?
Well, they're going to be smarter than a lot of them.
From therapists.
Yeah.
They're smarter?
Oh, my cheek hurts.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
The Chicago I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Dental
You had
Adventures
oral
with
surgery.
Scott.
They surgered his oral.
Yes. And Oral Roberts didn't say a darn thing about it that
And there we go. I knew that had to get in there somewhere. The Chicago Park District just couldn't let the city's nudists have a little fun on Labor Day.
You know why Oral Roberts can't play vinyl records?
Because he was at the Chicago parks being naked.
There's a little hole in the middle keeps healing up.
Now, if that's not worth an email diatribe, I don't know what is.
Okay, back to the show previously.
Chicago Park District just couldn't let the city's nudists have a little fun on Labor Day. Does any of this sound like a sentence you should never have to say in your life?
Right. Little Labor Day noodle fun.
Early in the morning on Labor Day last year, someone posted a sign at Loyola Beach along Lake Michigan declaring nude beach past this sign. According to WLS, the TV station, not the legendary radio station.
With Jonathan Landecker.
No, who was the Larry Lujak?
Lujak, there you go.
Yep. There were some studs. But Alderman Maria Haddon scolded. The sign was, the way it's written, it says, but Alderman Maria Haddon scolded the sign. Not true at all. She scolded because the sign was unofficial and, as she said, cheeky. Okay, I forgive you for the...
Who's writing for her?
Wow. Workers had it removed by that evening.
Well, they had to stick around and make sure nobody,
Yeah, but you're thinking evening, it's going to start getting dark.
And cold.
And you're in Chicago. You really want to be doing that?
Yeah.
Because it's a gun-free zone. You're a dead thing. The alderman did share that in 1932, George A. Williston, a different alderman, proposed a resolution to create a new sunbathing beach in the same location. It didn't pass, but strange minds,
Naked people.
Only in Chicago.
Naked people flock together. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
I'm going to just pretend you're not even here.
This from Jessica Thompson.
Hey, Cheeky. We could call you Cheek.
Yes, we can. Well, we can call me Cheek. Because I only have the one swollen.
I don't know, Batman. It looks like the work of the Cheek. But all he stole was food, yes, but he steals all that food by pouching it.
An elderly woman in Romania used to use one of the world's
Holy fat face, Batman. Sorry.
Used to use one of the world's biggest amber nuggets as a doorstop.
Okay.
The 7.7-pound rare gemstone was only discovered after her sandwich hit the floor. Valued at over $1 million, the rock was marked as a national treasure by the government.
Of course it was.
Now, as you know, amber is an organic gemstone formed from tree resin over millions of years.
And very popular in high school. Another story.
Right. She's a Nice girl. Over time, the fossilized resin can solidify around plant and animal material, such as insects. And I don't know that in America here, I think everybody must have seen at least one piece of amber with a mosquito.
If nothing else, you saw fake stuff.
Yeah.
On Jurassic Park.
This time capsule is a highly prized possession for historians.
The first one that was good.
Yeah, then it got weird. In Romania...
Well, honestly, it was weird from the get-go, but the first one was fun, at least.
Such stones were found around the village of Colti on the river Buzău, I believe. The woman who owned the rock lived in the village for decades.
The river Boozehound? What?
No, Buzău. Buzau. As per reports, the woman was once targeted by gemstone thieves who also missed the world's most expensive doorstop. Nobody had a clue. After the woman died, one of her relatives inherited the home and her belongings. The relative noticed the strange doorstop and figured this could be valuable. And in his ignorance, sold the gemstone to the Romanian state for a princely sum. The gemstone was then appraised by experts at the Museum of History in Krakow, Poland. Stone is believed to be an astonishing 38 to 70 million years old and potentially the world's largest intact nugget of amber. Thus, the stone was classified as a national treasure.
Of course it was.
Of Romania and has been placed in the Provincial Museum of the Buzău River. And what an odd thing.
Amber or the stone?
The story. What an odd thing. I'm going to use that to prop up the leg of the, kitchen table.
Here, Martha, just use a stack of $100 bills. That'll work. 45-year-old Patrick Spina IV. Yes, there were apparently 3 others. Abascon, New Jersey, facing criminal mischief charges after a series of bizarre events and stunts last summer. After the Quality Inn in Galloway Township was targeted about a dozen times with a bright green dye launched into its outdoor pool by a drone, Sandra Woolston, the general manager, said she had a meltdown because the pool was, as you may have guessed, largely unusable. Who's going to go into a green pool? Except people in Chicago on St. Paddy's Day.
Exactly.
Because, well, it's Chicago. In August, this started in June. In August, police got a call about a similar incident from a resident who was swimming in his pool when the, if you will, die was cast. Don't hate the messenger. The sea dye.
Sea dye?
C, S-E-A.
Mm-hmm.
D-Y-E. Sea dye.
Okay.
Used for dyeing the sea. The sea will come in every once in a while, want maybe the gray covered up a bit.
Can you take care of these roots?
The seed, no, they're too far below. Besides, there's a Kraken down there, and we ain't doing it. The sea dye,
Mariana's Trench is just a little too far to go.
The sea dye is actually serving a purpose. It's normally used in search and rescue efforts.
Okay.
But is, oddly enough, damaging to swimming pools. But we'll put it in other water. Go ahead, let that sit in for a minute. Police got in touch with the FAA and learned that a drone was operated by the aforementioned Patrick Spina IV. Detectives could not supply a motive for the dying. D-Y-E-I-N-G-L-M-N-O-P. Said they believe he was merely pranking people. He was getting just too happy with doing it, Woolston. Filed that under different strokes for...
Be fun to do to people's toilets just as they're about to sit down.
Yeah, but then you couldn't see the crocodile coming.
True.
Or alligator, depending on which continent you're on.
You just reminded me.
I know.
You know who Dick Bong is? The
Another
bridge
one
up?
bites the butt.
Dick Bong, the pilot, the P-38 pilot from World War II. The bridge between Duluth and Superior, Wisconsin is named for him.
Mm-hmm.
Our ace of aces, 40 kills. Right?
Yep.
He got 40 enemy planes and 1 crocodile.
Sounds like the start to a Christmas song.
It-
40 planes are downing and one crocodile.
Actually, some airman had been crashed on some piece of land and he ended up in a pond, and he was swimming to the far side of the pond, and there was this big log in the pond, and the rescue team down there goes, "That ain't a log," and Bond goes, "Be right there." So he strafed it with his P-38, all 4 50 caliber machine guns and the 20 millimeter cannon.
It's a freaking crocodile or alligator, depending on what continent you're on.
There's only one trigger on a P-38.
Yeah. But trust me, when they do that, is it alligator stuff that they go in and alligator hunters? Is that the TV show that used to be on?
I suppose, yeah.
The weird people would go into the swamps and try to catch alligators, and they'd shoot them. But you had to get up very close because you had to shoot them right here. Because otherwise, all those scales and things made you dinner.
And they have this teeny little brain.
Think Luke Skywalker. You have to hit that brain.
Use the force.
Oh, boy.
From Patrick Reed, our man in Liverpool. And
Lottie, how are you, Mom?
He is fine. An ITV News investigation has revealed how British Gas told a customer he was more than 196,000 pounds in credit.
Wow.
Firm said it happened after someone
That's enough gas. Wow.
in its team inputted an incorrect meter reading last August.
Hang on. No duh. Okay.
The figure caused astonishment and confusion, especially as British Gas was simultaneously demanding more than 2,000 pounds from the same customer. After Rod Peach was sent what he calls a bonkers bill, he called the energy firm saying, "Hey, do me a favor, would you? Can you take the 2,500 pounds I'm in debt to yourselves off the 196,000 pounds you guys owe me and send me a check for the rest?"
I know you're good for it. You want to do it in payments?
British Gas says the problem was corrected in a day, but ridiculously high figures kept appearing on Rod Peach's account, and it's taken months to sort things out. Yeah, we got it fixed same day, except that we didn't.
We got it fixed that day, but the next day.
Right, and then we had to fix it for the next day, too.
That sounds like an inside job.
The energy firm apologized, and
it's England. Somebody was trying to have fun, and
they've reduced his current bill by 50%. Mr. Peach says, "Why are we paying British Gas bosses millions of pounds when they owe me 196,000?
It is the question worth asking.
British Gas says it invested 50 million pounds more in customer service since the root causes of this problem, including 700 call center workers. Although the company says customer service is improving, the industry's regulator, Ofgem, insists the whole sector needs to do better. It's clear British Gas does not have a monopoly on mistakes. In Sheffield, Alan Hartley got different British Gas bills for the same period and received letters from their lawyers. So he's very popular with them right now. Right? Alan is in his 80s and was left afraid and confused.
You think?
He told ITV News, "It's not fair. They shouldn't be treating people like that, should they? I've been up in the middle of the night 2 or 3 times with this on my mind."
Is this one of those privately owned government things?
I have no idea.
Like the post office? Because there was a bit of a scandal going on there still.
Right. Mr. Hartley dismisses the company's claims to have improved customer service standards as ridiculous, diabolical, pish-posh, he says.
And in Texas, we just call it hogwash.
There it is. It's not running better when
Minnesota, we call it Tuesday.
It's not running better when they're treating people like this, is it? British Gas said to
I feel like
ITV
no is the answer there.
Right. He said, "We know in these examples, which are unrelated to one another."
Are they?
Really? Same company, isn't it?
Wow.
"That we have made mistakes. We're sorry for that and are working to resolve the separate issues for these customers as quickly as possible. We'll learn from them and continue to improve our customer service. Soon they'll only be charging people 2 or 3 times what they actually owe and then threatening them with legal proceedings.
Like a good government does.
Exactly.
Wow. They just... I keep saying I live in Minnesota. Can we move?
Right?
My wife says no because the kids live here.
Yeah.
She likes them. But why is there anyone still in Britain, really?
Is it okay to kind of back down from the old Great Britain thing and go to okay Britain?
I'd go with barely passable Britain.
Yeah. Patrick, what do you think?
Move to Ireland.
There we go.
A woman in China's Fuzhou city is facing a prison sentence of 3 years.
3 years in Fuzhou.
Oh, not to mention a $27,000 fine.
$27,000. Big smackers.
Wait for it. After she chewed her way to a new iPhone at an Apple store. That's all I got, sir.
Is this a female rat?
No, it's done. I don't know.
Oh, you do too know. You read more right now.
Okay, cheeky.
Come to your cheek.
You are a cheeky monkey. According to the South China Morning Post, the woman surnamed, what's QIU? Kui?
QIU? Chew.
Chew?
Yeah.
Entered the store and made a beeline to the phone display. Bees don't have teeth. They should have used a different beast.
Chewy, maybe.
How an otter.
Chewy.
She was then seen on surveillance video examining an iPhone 14. Okay, this was about a year ago, so we're way behind in technology.
Yeah, it's not worth even stealing it.
I mean, it was only $950. Freaking phone. I mean, come on, people.
Not anymore, I'm not.
So she looks at the iPhone 14, scans about the store to make sure no one's watching, except for the video camera. Then she put the anti-theft cable in her mouth. Yep. As any good rat would know, you just chew through that sucker, it'll come off. And
don't tell me that when I'm in this condition.
I'm sorry. See, that's what you should do that now, because who would ever suspect that somebody with,
in my condition.
Exactly. I didn't know you were pregnant.
Well, my cheek is.
Different condition. Anyway, she chewed through the cable. Nice anti-theft cable you got there. So I want her dentist, though. Secured the phone in her bag and left the store. Store employees noticed the read that chewed cable, and contacted the police.
One of the store employees said, "I smell a rat."
He's not been heard from since. They contacted the cops, who were able to track her down, arrested her at home. She told them she planned to buy an iPhone. When she saw the price of $950, she decided it'd be cheaper to just steal one.
Can I take my phone with me to jail?
Hey, she does math like we do. $950. No, I'll chance $27,000 in time in prison.
Yeah, that's a reasonable trade.
I mean, this was thought out.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.